Hey T Squad, it's me Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Love Marriage Huntsville Season 9 Episode 4 review. So, in this week's episode, we see Destiny link up with Martell at the park, and he asks how she's been, and she tells him that, her dad is, I guess, going through cancer, so God bless him, and I pray that he is healed, and that she signed on for a new production space for her Madani candles and things that she's doing. She says that she's going strictly e-commerce now. I mean, the girl ain't gonna give up. She gonna make Madani fetch no matter how hard she try. Like, she is just gonna continue to really make this thing shake. So you gotta give her that just for having the spirit and the drive, child. Do I think it's gonna go anywhere? Absolutely not. Do I think it's a waste of money? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Waste of money. Get a regular job. Bartend at Black. Do something, because this ain't that. So he asks her how the girls' trip went with Mel, because he got to get the tea. And Destiny goes on to tell him that Mel said that she didn't have girl code because she was, hanging with him and Ariane, which is foul, and I 1000% agree. And that when her and Mel was friends, she was riding with Mel regarding, her feelings towards him and Ariane until she was trying to teach Ariane how to respectfully cheat. And he agrees with her. And she was like, Mel went off and all of this stuff when she said that. But then after that, she was so nice to her. Once again, y'all are seeing in real time how people will switch up stories. How people will switch up stories. First of all, she was nice to you when she got there. She's cordial to you. And you was all up in that lady face. You was the one playing Ring Around the Rosie hot potato with everybody so you could sit next to her. You the one that was trying to be BFF with her. But now you up here telling Martell that she was just so nice to you. I swear that lady got split personalities. Like, it's something wrong. It ain't all right up in here. It's simply not. No. So then Destiny tells him how Tricia admitted to everybody that she did go over to his house, and he says that she did come over to the house, and she was like, when was this? And he was like, when Mel was out doing whatever she was doing with all them dudes. So he admitted that, and I said this to y'all don't be listening to me. He admitted that old girl came over there to his house when him and Mel were still married and separated. When Mel left the house. Remember when Mel said that at one point during their marriage, she actually left and got her own place? So this is when that took place, when all of this went down. So you mean to tell me, Tricia, that you took your Beetle Bailey looking ass over to that lady house with her husband? You went to that lady's house? I firmly believe even more now that y'all are lying about the fact that y'all claim y'all didn't do nothing but watch TV and talk. Y'all know if it come out that y'all not only had sex while both of y'all were still, well, you still married. Well, while both of y'all were married, but not only that, but in that man's marital home. Been telling y'all since episode 1 that lady was a hoe. We already know what Martell giving. But I've been telling y'all since episode 1 and that lady started talking that you can't believe nothing that come out of her mouth and that she's a whore. A whore. And the truth ain't in her. And Ken is a fool. Ken is a big fool with muscles and veins and no air up there. Well, nothing but air up there, child. If he believe anything that come out of that adulterous mouth. I cannot believe that lady went over there to that man's house while he was married to Mel, but then been taking shots at Mel like Mel did something to you when you was messing around with her husband while he was married. And then it goes back to Marceau was taunting Martell in that scene where the guys got together, he was like, he wouldn't do that while he was married. He wouldn't mess with her while he was married. Marceau was taunting Martell in that scene because he knew the real deal Holyfield already. Girl. And right then and there, guess what? Destiny shut the hell up. Destiny shut the hell up. Couldn't defend that, could she? Okay. Then Martell says that Marcel kept trying to press the situation, like I said, when he's being hypocritical. And the same with Maurice, because he made a statement, Marceau, that he didn't do anything to get a divorce. And Martell says, and I quote, I'm like, dude, you cheat like an MFer. Don't act like we ain't been places. You are 1,000 times worse than me. See, this is what I don't like about people, that when they get mad or frustrated with you, then they want to start telling everything. If you're not going to tell it from the beginning, don't start telling it now. This thing with Marceau and Maurice allegedly cheating or whatever been floating since season 1. All right. Has there been proof and things that have come out? Yeah. Is it valid, concrete proof? No. But can we all assume? Yeah. Do we all pretty much agree that Marceau has done something or another while being married to Tricia? Yeah. Do we think that Maurice has done something or another while being married to Kimmi? Probably so. I don't put nothing past neither one of them. But my thing with Martell is, don't try to tell it now when you had opportunities to tell the truth in the past. So shut up. Shut up. Don't get to try to spilling the tea now because he putting you out on Front Street for having that lady over to your house while you were still married to Mel. This is what you get for telling your business in the first place. We all know if you're going to cheat, do that on the low. Don't tell nobody. So if the shit come out, you can deny, because ain't nobody got no proof of nothing but me and you. Okay? So once again, Destiny just sitting there. Not saying a word. That's your best friend, your homie. Why you ain't checking him? Why you ain't say nothing in that moment? You really had that lady over to your house while you was married to Mel? But you checked both of them as you said out your mouth when they both wrong? Because it was silence from what I saw. But okay. Nell visits Mel to her house. And she wanted to talk because she says that she felt slighted about how things went on the trip. And I'm still trying to figure out how she felt slighted about anything. But okay. So they do their little pleasantries. Hey girl, how you doing? You look so nice in there. All the pink look good on you. Your house looks nice. All that good stuff. And then Mel cut right to the chase and says, I'm surprised you're here today because you don't be coming over here. I ain't seen you. I ain't talked to you. You was mad at me and now I'm mad at you. So what you mad at me about? Say what you want about Mel. I love that she got straight to the point. Like, we not about to sit up here and play this game, okay? Not about to play it. So Nell says, let's talk about the trip. I got in my feelings because I couldn't find my name. Just even saying that, you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. I wouldn't even keep reiterating that because now you're sober. When you was acting like that on the trip, you was drunk. So I was giving you a pass because you was drunk, tripping. You know how drunk people do. But now that you're sober and you still running with this narrative, you sound and look crazy, Nell. Crazy. And then she goes on to look even crazier by saying, I felt like I should have at least had Sonny's room. I don't feel like she's closer to you than me, but I could be wrong. I'm like, is Mel trying to push my buttons? The arrogance, the ignorance, the entitlement, the immaturity. Great poupon. What? Like, are you really sitting up here talking about a room? A room. A room. Are you really sitting up here talking about something? You should have had Sunny's room because I felt like I was closer to you than her. This ain't the Babysitters Club. You ain't Kelly Kapowski. What is going on? What is going on? You are almost probably 70 years old and sitting up here talking about I'm closer to you than she is. I feel like I should have got the room and I ain't see my name on the name. Now you are damn near close to a heart attack. If you don't get somewhere and sit down somewhere, the place that I met in my life, if you would have came in my house talking to me about some like that, I would have told you to get up and leave. Because I'm not even about to entertain a stupid, petty, immature conversation like that. When you went on a free trip, airfare, accommodations, food, and you sitting up here complaining to me and talking about some you felt like, girl, get out my face. Get out my face. Get out. Nell. No. Not a good look. And then it was is Mel trying to push my buttons? Who buttons are you to push? Like, who are you? But a lady with jacked up wigs and horrible eyebrows. Like, Mel says, I didn't think that you would care about a room. And Nell says, you really thought that? And Mel was like, yeah, hell yeah. You older than all of us. I see what you did there, Mel. Because we all know that when you bring up Nell age, oh, baby, she can't handle it. Nell was like, that's allegedly I'm older than y'all. Y'all gonna stop that. Girl, lady, you know damn well you older than them. Stop. Like, I don't understand why she has such an issue with her age. Like, we're all gonna get older. If you are that insecure about being the oldest woman in this group, then get off of this show because you are. You don't see Kimmi out here worrying about her age. She's older than them. Like, grow up. So, Mel says, you said you're the mentor. And Nell says, no. I was a mentor to you in the past. And Mel was like, what you mentor me in? And she was like, well, I counseled you and mentored you and Martell when y'all was going through y'all marital things. And Mel was like, oh, okay, yeah, counseled, but not mentor. And she says, but I also have my mama, God, and a therapist to go to. Now, one thing that I will say about the whole mentor counselor situation, when Nell says that she mentored Mel, I understood where Mel was coming from because to me, mentorship means you're mentoring someone as far as their career or an aspiration of theirs that they have. Marital counseling or giving advice to me is when you'll say put that under the counsel or umbrella or whatever. And she's even said that in the past that Nell and Chris would counsel them and help them with their marriage. But I don't agree with her saying that she mentored Mel. But it's just semantics, honestly, because we're not going to negate the fact that Nell and Chris were there for Mel and Martell when they were going through the throes of their marriage. And that even came out of both of their mouths. So I didn't even like the fact that Mel tried to diminish that. Despite you being mad or feeling some type of way about how Nell carrying herself, we're not going to downplay that lady and her husband wasn't there for you because you've even said it yourself. So I didn't like that dig that Mel took towards Nell because that's some BS. We've seen it with our own two eyes and we heard it with our own two ears when you said that lady and her husband have counseled y'all. Mentored, no, but counseled, yes, regardless, she was there to help you and give you advice. So that was a slap in the face to that lady. And you do owe her an apology. 1000%. 1000% you owe her an apology because you're trying to downplay it. But Nell also needs to get it together and apologize to you for being immature when it comes to this whole girls trip situation. So Mel tells her that she was offended by some of the things that Nell said in a recent interview. And she said apparently that Melody is just as bad as Martell. Nell denies it. And I was like, you're not going to sit up there and deny that you said that because you said that in other interviews. And I've seen and heard you say that with my own 2 ears. So Mel was like, oh, you said it. You said it's both of them. She can be stubborn and hard-headed. Nell wants to hear it. So she brings out her phone and plays the interview where Nell and Chris did an interview with some young lady on YouTube. And everything that Mel was saying that she said. So Mel was like, this is what you say about a friend? That I'm draining? That I'm stubborn? I'm hard-headed? She says, you've been through more with Martell than you've been through with me. I don't bother you. I try not to call you. And Nell says, you're right. Maybe I should have said Martell is draining me. And I agree with that. I do think that Mel can be stubborn in certain instances. I do think that she was putting more on Mel than she should have because Martell has been the bane of everybody's existence, okay? So I didn't think that it was fair to couple both of them into the mess that Martell creates, right? Nell then says, everybody knows how I genuinely feel about you. And Mel says, I thought I did too until I heard that interview. I'm telling you, it hurt my feelings. Nell says, if I said anything that hurt your feelings, and Lord knows I hate when somebody tries to apologize because that's not an apology. And I love the fact that Mel corrected her and said, not if you did. It ain't no if you did. I'm telling you out of my mouth that you hurt my feelings. And she just asks moving forward that if asked in interviews about her and Martell, that you not talk about me in your interviews, right? I don't think that is a hard request to ask somebody. Leave me out of that conversation. I'm trying to move on with my life. I have talked about my marriage and this man long enough. It's not even a topic of conversation that should be discussed anymore. We're not together, have not been for several years. So what is there to talk about? Because one thing that I can honestly say is when I've seen Mel do her interviews, she doesn't really talk about the other cast members and what they got going on. She tries to stay graceful and classy and not really go there. So I don't think that's a hard request of her to ask. Nell agrees and says that she won't talk about her anymore in interviews, right? So Maurice DUI, he sits down and talks to Kimmi about it. And he said that he was most worried about her reaction when he got locked up. She says that she's worried that he isn't going to be forthright with her because he tries so hard to protect her from things. Kimmi, old stand by your man ass, like get on my nerves. I don't feel sorry for Maurice at all because we all know that Maurice, when he got arrested during the summertime or early summer, that he got arrested, got out, and then went right back to the club and was kicking it. So I could care less. So all that serious music in the background and him trying to act so stoic and act like he's so, oh my God, I did something bad. Nigga, you don't give, girl, get out of here. Bye. Tricia and Ken talk about inviting Marques to some function for one of the kids, and Kim was like, I don't know about that. And I'm like, didn't y'all just sit down and have a whole conversation? And he says, yeah, they sat down and had the conversation. They thought everything was good. Then when it came to Marques and Tricia's son, Xavier graduation, they called and invited him. And I guess the man didn't have no money to get there. So they gave him gas money to come up and come to the graduation. And he tried to pull some funny stuff by going up to Ken and saying, thanks for coming. And that pissed him off. Girl, I would have, like, it's funny to me, because, like, what? Like, nigga, you couldn't even get here. What the fuck you mean, thanks for coming? You better hope you got enough gas to get back home. And I would have said that to him, like, what? Maybe he was nervous and just said the wrong thing. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But that pissed Ken off. And so we also find out that apparently Marques is still BSing when it comes to divorce, because he still hasn't filed the paperwork and everything at that point. It's just a mess. So Nell tells Chris, and you know what? Maybe this is a good thing that man ain't filed yet, because Ken, God is trying to give you opportunities to get up out of this, because you're marrying a hoe. You're marrying a hoe, okay? And she gonna continue to cheat on you, all right? While you over there giving her your heart and your money and your time and all of that, she gonna be out here sleeping with the next man. I'm just telling you how I feel. Nell and Chris sit down and have a one-on-one conversation, and she tells him how Mel said that she was not her mentor nor counselor, and how it hurt her feelings and it upset her, because Mel knew that during the time where she was counseling her when she was going through her issues with Martell in their marriage, and she would be on the phone with her all times of the night and all of this type of stuff, that her mom was sick and on her deathbed, and she would take time away from her mom to be there for Mel. And she says that Mel knows that. So once again, I felt like that was 1000% wrong for Mel to try to downplay this situation. 1000%. But I also feel like instead of her letting Mel get that off in that moment, you should have told her right then and there, no, we not gonna do that. We not gonna do that, homegirl. No. Let me get you together real quick. Like she got you together, okay? She also goes on to say that Mel gets mad when she tells her how she feels, and that she dismissed how she felt about the girls' trip. I don't think that Mel gets mad when you try to tell her how you feel about things. I think that she gets upset when y'all try to come at her with some nonsense, and that nonsense being how you felt about that girls trip. Yeah, I would get an attitude too, because if you don't get out my face with this stupid mess, I would dismiss you too, because ain't nobody got time. Mel has a community event where she's feeding the community or whatever, and Shanita comes to support her. She's the only person that comes to support her. None of the other cast members came. It seemed like the way she was putting it in her confessional that she put it out there, and that maybe they didn't want to come because they didn't want to answer any questions about Maurice's DUI. But she tells Shanita, I'm more generous with my time and my money donating to their things than they are with mine. So I'm not interested in building friendships with these kind of people. Do I blame her for that? Absolutely not, because we've seen her show up for them. We've never seen her try to show up for her. So I wouldn't care neither. I wouldn't try to help y'all when y'all don't never want to come support what I got going on. No. She then goes on to say that's why when Maurice got arrested for his DUI, I didn't text him. I wouldn't text him either. We're not that close. Mel says that she don't want to hear no more Martin Luther King speeches for Maurice, especially when he out here living the way he living. And she was like, the cast is disappointing her. They're not living up to the standard of what we're supposed to be with these black power couples, showing black excellence in the community. And half of the cast got mug shots. I was like, you better pow, 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 pow. Get them, Mel. Get them, Mel. Because all of them got mug shots except for her and Kimmi. The whole rest of the cast got mug shots. A mess. Okay? A mess. But y'all always got an issue with her, and y'all can't stay out of jail. Okay. Child, I'm going to give this week's episode of Love Marriage Huntsville, I'm going to give it a B+. It was a very interesting episode. A lot of feelings came out. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about a lot of the stuff that was said on the episode. Let's talk about it. I want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. Make sure that you guys thumbs up this video, support. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.